Hello fellow YouTubers, my name is Craig, and today with the help of my daughter filming, I'm going to install an illuminated grill emblem on my truck, and I'm going to walk you step by step on how to do that. To start off, you're going to need some plastic pry tools to make sure you don't mar up your grill. We need a T10 Torx driver for taking off the handle for the hood release, some tools for pulling the clips out so that we can access where the wiring goes. The first step is going to be taking a little pry tool or a little pointer like this and getting underneath this red in the emblem. You need to break it, pop it out so that you have access to the clips. I've already tried going behind and I feel like I'm just going to scratch something. So the grill emblems are easily replaced if we mess them up, and I'm changing it anyway, so you just got to try to pry underneath it, which is a pain in the rear. After some struggles trying to cut this red part out, force it out, finally figured that I needed a big screwdriver, something that wouldn't break. So we got a little bit of it out, and we're just going to work our way around popping this red thing out with the plastic, keep it from scratching the truck. We can just work it out nice and slow, and there it breaks. So you stick your screwdriver in these spots and you start prying the emblem out, and what you're doing is you're pushing down on what's holding these clips in. So I'll put this in here and then we'll do one on the bottom. Go. Nothing broke on the grill, which is good, and the emblem is gone. I'm sorry, GMC. This is kind of a pain in the rear. Make sure you have a tool to get up underneath it if you need to. Help support it. Oopsie. And then you just keep working it out. And all you're doing is breaking the little glue tabs off in the back. Kind of look in the emblem and you can find where the biggest gap is. And that's where you probably want to start with your screwdriver so you can get it in there like that, and then start working your way out. Once you figure out the process, it actually is pretty easy. The first one was difficult because I was afraid of scratching the truck or breaking something. And I wish I knew this, because now the G looks good, and the rest of them I could have probably fixed the emblem and had them in the shop or something. Now for the last one. Wiggle it around. There we go. Pop that loose. Pop that loose. Hold it. That one's loose. Try not to scratch your truck or you'll be really upset with yourself. You're not right, Trinity.
Yeah, I think my dad would cry.
It's a good possibility. So something I use on my truck on the interior is this Geon interior detailer. This is not sponsored by them. I bought this. I just really like their product, especially on the interior, because it leaves the natural finish without being greasy, and it dries quickly. I want that rattling around in there. One of the plastic glues from the red part.
Plastic glues.
Huh? Are you making fun of me on video? Okay, now that we got that cleaned off, it's time to remove this upper cover here so we have access for the wiring. Let me get a tool and we'll get started on that. So I got this clip removal tool. You just pinch both sides of it and pop it up. But GM has decided to put their clips down inside holes, which doesn't give you access to this. So a screwdriver, it works just fine. So we'll start with this one right here, and you look for the spot. I'm going to spin this one around if I can, because you can see that it's not lined up where I can get a screwdriver into it. So you'll find that there's a little spot there, and just kind of walk this back and forth and pull up with your finger, walk up on both sides, and eventually you'll get it to where you can grab it and pull it out. And then you slip underneath the bottom part and pry it out, trying not to break or scratch anything. and it stays in one piece, and you can put it back in there when you're all done. So those clips that I just pulled out, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them to remove. And I know you don't want to watch me remove all of them. The next part is taking off this handle for your hood release, and it's 2 T10 bolts, screws, whatever you want to call them. Take them, don't lose them. Don't forget to put this back together and close your hood, or it'll be a pain in the butt to open it. Slide it off without ripping anything. There you go. Now that we've got all the clips out and the hood latch out of the way, hopefully this just comes up nice and easy.
Voila.
That was nice. I unhooked this from the headlight, and it's really easy to get your hand in here. The instructions say to take the inner fender well out, but I just unplugged it right here because I got little hands, easy to reach. So included is the wiring harness and that wire that I just took off of the front headlight. What you're gonna do is plug this section right here into that one, and you're gonna plug this section back into the headlight. Then you're gonna route this piece all the way up to your grill emblem, and it should work automatically when the headlights come on. So we're still trying to figure out how we're gonna route this, but we wanna make sure it comes up right in this area right here. It's gonna come through a piece underneath our cover that we had, and then it's got to stay above the grill shutters. Don't route it down in between them. Go above the grill shutters, come down through the grill, and then you're going to exit out of this area on the emblem so that you can plug in your new one. So one thing I'm going to do before we snap everything together is ensure that this works before we strap all the wiring together. I want to make sure that we've done it properly, and I recommend you do it too. So now that we've verified they work, it's kind of hard to see out here in the bright light. We're going to go ahead and peel this plastic back. We don't want to get any of it stuck underneath. I've seen that on some of those videos out there. Some people just get stuff stuck under there and they got to fight it. So we don't want to fight it. Now that we got the plastic peeled back, we can feed that back through, get all our clips started, and push it in. And you'll hear them all snap in nice and tight. And right there is the new look.
Sheesh. Look
Truck.
at that. That is pretty.
So I just set this back in here, trying to make sure I knew exactly where I want my wiring. What I did was I ran it up underneath here. There's a little groove that it fits in, and it just comes down into here. There's not a really good place to put it. The instructions show on some of the trucks up through here, but I didn't want it going over this sharp edge. So
Look at your damn hand.
some people's children, I tell you what. Anyhow, this thing looks like it'll be just fine the way it is. We'll go ahead and get this clips put back in and put our handle back on, and we will be done. Just make sure you get this back on without scratching your truck. You kind of got to move it up like you're opening it, and then you can lay it back down. Put your screws back in nice and tight so they don't come loose, and don't drop them down in there. Good luck finding them if you do. Get them both in and started before you tighten one up. General rules of mechanicking. There we go. All done. If you like this video and you want to see more videos like this one, please like and subscribe. My daughter said I had to say that. And also, that's how you install a cool ass badge.